Hello everybody and welcome back to more Prophecy of Pendor, version 3.8.4. I'm Liz, and you noticed Mara's Castle, eh? I never actually brought attention to this last time, but I sort of did. Let's go to locations and let's go to Mara's Castle. I sort of mentioned that Livius left us, Livy, and joined the Deshar. And when I mentioned that, I sort of meant to mention that, oh, by the way, we learned that the AI can take territory from the player when they do that, and he took Mara's Castle with him, which means we definitely don't want to lose lords who have big territory. That can happen when AI lords join your faction, but I thought there was something that prevented lords who leave the player's faction from taking land with them. But apparently there isn't. So yes, we have confirmed 100% that there is no protection against lords taking land with them when they leave the player's faction. We're going to have to retake Mara's Castle or do something about it. But I never actually factored that into our calculations when we were talking about conquering the Deshar. But yes, we need to proceed to conquer the Deshar, and hopefully we don't lose everybody's territory in the process. Today, I believe we are going to besiege Torba. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of besieging Torba, so let's just get in there and get it done. Our mercenaries are here, the Free Company. They're laying waste to a nearby town. I know it's a nearby town because of the name of the town. And let's attack. Attack. Besiege the town, and it is ladders again. Oh boy. It's so nice. It's so nice. And let's lead our soldiers in an assault. The Free Company have joined the battle on our side. Where the hell are the ladders? Oh, we have to go through the gate first. Let's bring out our axe this time. So, you know, we don't run all the way in with our sword out and then be like, why am I doing no freaking damage? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You see that barrage of arrows through that little opening? This is the kind of map where I would expect there to be like a postern gate or something so we can get in. Okay, they're not actually up behind us. They're just up on that battlement over there. An exposed battlement because of curtain wall. DIEV is getting kills. Heroine Adventurers are getting kills. LETHALDIRAN is getting kills. Let's get up here and get some kills. Also take out all their archers in the process. All I need to do is pull my shield out and charge through everybody. I don't even have to fight my way in. I literally just have to pull my shield out and charge through everybody and get behind them. Pro set. Fantastic. I always felt bad for the kids who had like pro set hockey trading cards and basketball trading cards. It's like they make it look like they're high quality shit, but it's actually like the lowest, cheapest McDonald's quality crap in the world. I don't know why I thought of that. That was like something from 100 million years ago. Do people still collect trading cards? Like, in the day of, you know, the internet and access to all kinds of information and pictures at your will and all that kind of crap, do people actually still collect something silly like trading cards? That just seems super duper silly to me, and I don't understand why anybody would do it. But I mean, I guess it's possible. People do silly things like that for fun, right? I mean, people do all kinds of things for fun. I used to run marathons when I was younger for fun. Actually, half marathons. I did do 2 marathons, but the reason I didn't like full marathons was because you have to train. If you actually want to complete them, if you're not just going in them and being like, oh, let's just see how far I get this time, you have to seriously train for them. And I don't mean necessarily like full-time job train for them, like you would if you were like an Olympic athlete, but you have to train your body to run a full marathon. Like, even if you are super duper in shape, you cannot just show up and run a marathon and expect to finish it. You have to train leading up to it in order to complete, basically. Half marathons, however, you don't really have to if you're in shape. And I used to be in shape, believe it or not. Like, not like buff muscles all over, rippling in the sun, kind of in shape, because, you know, I'm allergic to the sun, like, literally, I am. But like, cardio, oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. King of cardio right there. And half marathons, if you're in shape, you don't have to do like ridiculous training constantly just in order to get through them. You can just show up and run them, basically. And that's what I used to do. Plenty of half marathons and 2 full marathons. But I mean, people do those kinds of things for fun. Who the hell would do that for fun? Seriously? This coming from a person who did do that. Like, who the hell would do that for fun? But then, you know, I say that, and then I realize that there's a lot of masochists in the world, and I'm not, you know, downing masochists. Masochists are great, you know? They're great. You like what you like, and you do you, and I'm not going to hold you down unless you want me to hold you down. See what I did there? Yeah. You do you, as long as everything is consensual between adults, and, you know, you're also not breaking any laws, then go for it. Although even the breaking laws thing is hard to say depending on where you are, because there are some places where I'm like, yeah, you know what, you want to break that law? You go ahead and break that law, because that law definitely is not a law that I can get behind. But generally speaking, I'm not going to encourage that. Even if you live somewhere where they have laws that I would consider ridiculous, that I absolutely cannot support, I am not going to encourage anybody to break those laws, because it's your society. What you should be doing is working to change those laws instead of break them, if you don't agree with them. And I fully understand that the methods to change laws like that are totally different in all different societies and all different states. Sometimes they are reasonable ways, and sometimes it's basically impossible. But that's the thing, right? Until we get rid of this concept of like nations as a geographical border thing, and just this like establish nations as a social border, like, hey, your neighbor could be a different nationality than you, basically, and their nationality exists like on the internet or something, right? In a non-geographical denomination, then this whole idea of like total globalization just can't happen. That's basically the next step towards total globalization, is getting rid of nations as a geographical function, which I am all for someday. It's never going to happen in my lifetime, but I am all for that someday. But could you imagine that? Like, there's not... You could be in the United States, and there's no more Americans. There's like 16 different nationalities that exist without borders, living on the same street as each other, and they identify themselves and their leadership and all that thing, not through, you know, where they were lucky enough to be born to, but through their mindedness on some sort of global medium. Like, for example, and I'm not saying it has to be this, but for example, a global medium like the internet, for example. And again, these are one of the reasons why, government, you stay off my internet. I love how the British government right now, oh, Liz is getting political. Holy shit, everybody, Liz is getting political. It's 9 minutes into a siege for the umpteenth time, and Liz is getting political. The British government right now, due to recent terrorist attacks, is basically saying we need to censor well, not censor, but we need to regulate heavily the internet. No, you don't need to regulate heavily the internet. You need to have better spies. You know, there was a time when spies were not afraid of just being spies and acknowledging the fact that what they do is illegal, but they don't let anybody fucking know about it. And that's what you need to do. You need to have better fucking spies. And not spies collecting information that can be used in a court of law against somebody. No. Because they're doing it illegally. This information can never be used against somebody in a legal sense. What you need is better spies doing doing all kinds of illegal activity and like disappearing people as necessary. Okay, that sounds scary. Yes, I understand that sounds scary, but this is what spies have done throughout history. And the reason nobody is up in arms and just like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever and blah 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 about it is that nobody ever found out. Like, come on. It's the same thing with leaking. And people are going to probably have different opinions on this one, and that's fine. Have different opinions. My opinion on the majority of leaks is, yes, leaker is a hero. Go out there and make those leaks. Fully understanding that a lot of leaks lead to the deaths of a lot of people. A lot of people in the service, and a lot of people, you know, not. And it was the authority who gathered that intelligence's responsibility to keep it under wraps. And if they can't keep it under wraps, then by all fucking means, it should be leaked. I'm not saying that, you know, it's necessarily good in that sense, but I am saying that it is right by all means. You shouldn't have things like espionage trials and all this kind of shit for releasing these, because it should have been done better in the first place. You should have better freaking spies. You should have better intelligence communities. They should not have this kind of stuff happening if they don't want it to get out there. And it did this, like I say, this is coming from the position of somebody who understands that spies are going to be spies, and this whole argument that, oh, we don't do domestic espionage, and no, all these kinds of, you know what? Foreign espionage is still illegal. It's just not illegal to your country. In the country where your spies are acting, though, they are criminals. They are breaking the law. They are criminals. They are possibly treasonous if they are also citizens of that country, which a lot of these people are. Like, they are breaking the law, just not in your country, but you're condoning them breaking some other people's laws. So where do you get your moral high ground on that, right? Whatever. And like I say, everybody is free to their own opinion, and if you want to have a discussion about, you know, ridiculous things that we probably shouldn't be talking about in a Pendor video, go ahead and have that discussion. But let's get back to business, I think. Who should we give Torba to? I don't have any Dashar lords. I guess technically we do have Cassim, and he has a castle and 2 villages. We could give him... Yeah, fine, let's give him this. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what our rep with him is going to be after all that. But let's give him this. Also, Dashar Dust Rider, Dashar Wind Rider. Very nice. And a lot of ladies. Of course, my lady. Of course, my lady. Of course, my lady. Yeah, there's a lot of ladies here. Woo, it's another harem. Looks like Cassim is going to have a harem, except not really, because I'm letting them all go before he shows up. I'm just great like that, aren't I? Oh, Madame Ursula. Yeah, no, we don't want to talk to you right now. We do want to talk to you, however. 8 to 9 on Lady Katala. Did we dedicate a tournament to our Lady Arena? Were you with Livy? You must have been with Livy, because I'm pretty sure we've seen you very recently. Did we speak to you? Yes, it looks like we did. Malik Abbas, you are the steward here. Of course, you may go. Is there anybody upstairs? There's so many ladies here. It's such a harem. There might be some upstairs. And in fact, there are upstairs. Of course, you may go. And look on the other side. Can I even get on the other side? I don't even know if I can get over there. I don't think I can. No, I'm pretty sure I can't get to that side. Okay, well, anyway. Marketplace goods merchant. Let's go ahead and sell some of this stuff. And that looks good. We want to make sure not to sell our Qualis gem, because that would be silly. Fruits and grain. Sure, there's not a whole lot of food to be had here, but we don't need a whole lot of food, so that's okay. Done. That didn't go too bad. Is there a prisoner merchant thing? Oh, Barclay Sappers. Those would be nice. Clea Swift Edge. Yes, I wish to sell all my prisoners. 5,000 cash bucks. That's good. Brother Randolph is here. We don't need anything from him at the moment. Okay. We have almost expelled the Dashar from the north. Should we go for High Pass Fortress as well? I think it's a siege tower one. You know what? Let's hold High Pass Fortress for a little bit. Let's go to Shadi Shahid here. Also, only 67 people in Torba as the garrison, so we are going to have to be wary of the fact that they could siege it down again. And if they do siege it, they're going to bring their entire army with them, so we got to be a little bit careful there. Alright, so let's besiege the castle. And it's ladders! The Free Company joins on our side. Do it to it. I should have checked how many people they had. Lead our soldiers in an assault. Time for another assault. Are we going to get into more political discussion? I don't know. No! No! Don't hold your fire. Oh, god damn it. We're totally hitting the wrong things. Everyone charge is what I'm trying to get at. And that's not what I wanted. There. Fire at will. Charge and fire at will. Now, let me through. Oh my god, guys. Let me through. There we go. I'll go through the map. Okay, let me just quickly check this portcullis and see if it's destructible. I doubt it is, but when there's a nice portcullis just like this sitting right next to the start, I want to go up to it and find out if it's destructible. It is not destructible. Okay. Are there actually destructible things in Pendor anymore? I swear there were at one point. There might not be anymore. There are destructible things like that in lots of other maps, but maybe not in Pendor. Or not maps, mods, but maybe not in Pendor. We did lose a lot of soldiers so far. A lot of mercenaries, but also a lot of our own people. Like, what the heck is up with that? As we channel some Jerry Seinfeld. By the way, you know, possibly an even less popular opinion than my opinion about leaks. Jerry Seinfeld was terrible. I hate him. I do not like his comedy at all. I respect him as a successful human being. I do respect him as a successful human being and a successful comedian. And I'm not going to say that, you know, he is awful or anything like that. But I am going to say that I just do not like his comedy one bit. And I do not find him entertaining really one bit either. But, you know, to each their own. You might not find a guy swinging randomly at a bunch of Dashar in Pendor entertaining, and that is your right. So very well. Not saying I'm a better comedian. I am not a comedian at all. He is definitely the better comedian. I just don't like his comedy. I don't enjoy it. I don't know if that is a commonly held opinion or not. He's definitely not one of those universally liked or disliked people, I would think. Like, there was a time when, let's take somebody like Bill Cosby, for example. Bill Cosby was universally liked. Like, you'd be hard-pressed to find people who didn't like him. And then all of a sudden, literally nobody likes the guy. Nowadays, he is hated by so many people. Like, you'd have to be, like, the rapist apologist of the world in order to support the guy nowadays. Or, you know, I guess, like, a news anchor for Fox News. Oh, but shots fired. They're the same thing, right? In order to support Bill Cosby these days. But he used to be universally liked by everybody. Also, Kobe Bryant, except for, you know, like one or two people who were like, Shaq is better, used to be pretty much universally liked by basketball fans. And I guess people who really hated the LA Lakers didn't like him very much as well. But other than that, other than people who had, like, open prejudice for some reason. Or who else? There's tons of other people like that, though. Tiger Woods. Oh my god, Tiger Woods used to be loved. And not just loved, but beloved by freaking everybody. Even if you didn't like golf, like, almost everybody loved Tiger Woods, right? And even when it was like Tiger Woods literally sleeps with the galaxy, everybody still loved him. But, you know, in the last 4 or 5 years, that's sort of turned around to the point where it's kind of a lot harder to find people who sort of support him nowadays. And you'd actually be a little hard pressed to do it now. Anyway, this talk all began with Jerry Seinfeld, and just because I don't like his comedy. And it all started because I think I made the, I said the phrase, "What's the deal with that?" Which is basically every one of Jerry Seinfeld's jokes ever. What's the deal with? Wow, we murdered those fools. Holy crap. Break your shield. Goodbye. 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 It's nice when you can kill like the entire reinforcement wave before it even gets to your guys and not take any damage in the process. That's impressive shit right there. A few of them made it through that wave, but it's okay. We'll come to clean them up. Oh my goodness. If it weren't for the fact that we opened up our quest log or something like that at the start of this battle, we would have our kill counter up, and I would definitely love to know what our kill counter looks like after this one. My goodness. Oh, it's like we are a one-man wrecking crew. We have left so many like fatherless parents, fatherless and potentially motherless parents in Pendor, and killed so many sons and daughters, like ourselves. I mean, it's justified. Every one of them is justified. It's all war, I suppose, if you can justify it that way. If your brain is wired in such a way that you can justify it that way. There's a lot of people who can't. There's a lot of people who can't even justify, like, that war is justified killing. And that's fine. That's totally cool. There's nothing wrong with you. Just like there's nothing wrong with people who are able to justify that. There's nothing wrong with psychopaths either. And I'm not, you know, using this as an extreme. I'm literally saying there's nothing wrong with psychopaths either. Psychopaths don't mean that you're going to go out and be homicidal maniac. It just means that you just are disconnected from feeling based on things that other people are connected in feeling. Like, you can kill a person and not be like, oh my god, the world is turning upside down and blah 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 and this was so wrong and all that kind of stuff. That's all it means. You know, as an example, not literal definition, but as an example. Doesn't mean you have to be a homicidal maniac, just means that, you know, you're just wired differently and you don't have the same kind of like emotional and psychological reaction to things that other people do. And that's totally fine. It's totally fine. They actually said that in war, the best people to have, like as soldiers on the front line in war, are psychopaths, because they will just shoot, whereas other people will not shoot. They actually had cases where in the trenches, soldiers would look at the other side and they'd stare at the other side doing something, exposed out of the trenches for a really long time, for like an hour potentially. And then when their commanding officer came by and they'd be like, okay, so why didn't you shoot and kill them? The people would be like, oh, it never occurred to me to shoot and kill them. They weren't shooting at us, so we just kind of, you know, let them be. And no, a psychopath would just shoot and kill them. The other people who could just pull the trigger, which is really hard to do, by the way, but the other people who could just pull the trigger were people who, generally speaking, and this is in like studies of a society where it was generally men going off to war. So I don't want to be sexist in it, but these studies were based off of evaluation of men. So they're not complete in that sense, but I'm going to go off of the knowledge that we have from that. The other people who were able to just go out and pull the trigger indiscriminately like that were usually elder brothers of families that had lost their father, like especially in World War II, if the father died in World War I, and this was the elder brother of the family, the person who like had taken it upon his shoulders to be the man of the house kind of thing and take care of the family, he'd be out there and he would be able to pull the trigger because his squad and his company would be his sort of surrogate family, and he'd want to protect them, right? Lord Eric, congratulations on your new castle. I don't know why we gave it to you. A lot of people didn't like that decision, apparently. Did you just jump ship? No. No, you didn't just jump ship. No way you did. Any ladies here? No, no ladies here. Also, Pendor man-at-arms, so no knighthood orders either. Alright. Caliph Bahman. Very cool. We could go kill you, I suppose. Alright, I think that is going to be it for this video. Lots of political banter, lots of, military psychology kind of crap, but yeah. Basically, the point of all of that real world talk is hanging around here in the Liz show. Sometimes you'll hear opinions of mine, and I am never going to be dismissive of opinions of yours. I don't get along with a lot of conservative ideals a lot of the time, but I'll never literally dismiss them. I will never say, you're stupid, get the hell out. And hopefully you can feel the same way. And if you want to discuss things, go ahead. If you don't want to discuss things, go ahead. You do you. And I will kill some Dashar. And I hope to see you again next time.